Times were tough, so I sold my soul. And I don't think I'll ever regain control. Devil looked me in the eye, now I look the other way. What else could I do? I just stared at the doorway, knew I'd rather be drunk with you.
Internet, Dracofunk here. Welcome back to the Reusable Space Program, Season 4, Episode 14. And this is the Resort Tanker. So this is a dedicated tanker built for the space tourism system. I forgot about this in the last episode, and that's because I recorded this like over a month ago, and I'm now doing the I'm recording the voiceover a month after I recorded it and edited it. And this probably from my time won't come out till a month later. So yeah, I've recorded all these like a while ago. Like for me, it's Labor Day. To give you an idea of when I actually recorded this. But it's coming to the Minmus station. Last episode, we had the other tanker, which I couldn't remember where it was going, but it's going to the truck stop. This will be going to the resort station. And I'm just going to go ahead and get it docked to the space station. And again, it's probably going to take like 2 mining runs to get this filled up. Making Minmus Station a little bit more hectic than even the Mun Station. So, what I've come to the conclusion to is, for me, the space tourism thing, it was like a good idea, and I was all excited about it, but I've mostly found it kind of boring. And I'm not really sure why. It seems tedious to me and not quite as interesting. And maybe it's just me. But I do have some things that I am more excited about. I'm excited about setting up the Eve system. I'm also excited about this new idea I've had in the works, and that is a kind of a rival shipping transport company to the space trucks. And the idea is they will have their own kind of dedicated space trucks, slightly different than the ones I have, plus their own dedicated mining ship. And they are going to be building kind of distribution centers in orbit of all the main locations. So I'm excited about getting that set up. And part of it is also because if this were real, there'd be more shipments of just standard goods going back and forth between all the various bases, including Duna and Ike, and eventually Eve and Drez. And there's going to be a lot once I get to Jewel. I'm not there yet. Jewel is this whole big thing. Because the Jewel system is like its own little solar system. Ah, the other space truck has made it to Kerbal. I don't know why. Something weird is going on with my lighting. It should not be completely black like that. Occasionally this happens, so when it's dark, it's just completely black. Which is weird because I turned up the ambient lighting, so the idea is even when things are dark, they're not completely dark. But occasionally this happens, but it's not all the time. So I don't know what causes that. The only thing you can do is to restart the game, and that's would be really inconvenient to do right now. Alright, I got it circularized. And now I'm going to have to transfer some fuel out of the tank. Which is a little bit annoying, but also necessary. Yeah, it takes so much Delta V just to get back on the right plane coming back from Minmus. All in all, it's really not that bad. Okay, it's kind of bad. That's like 1,000 Delta V. Actually gonna spread it out a little bit. Oh good, now I'm in the light and you can actually see the ship. Let's see if it goes dark again once it gets in the shadows. And there it is, completely dark. Oh well. But back to what I was saying, the whole space tourism thing is... Sorry, I hit my microphone. The whole space tourism thing just seems a little tedious. I'm going to go ahead and, simulate at least one run-through. Like, I imagine there's like 4 different plans. One, for people who just want to go up and orbit. They just take the SSTO up. They orbit a couple times and land. Another group wants to go up and go stay at the resort. So let's call that like plan 1 and plan 2. Plan 3 would be the group that wants to go to the cruise around the Mun, and plan 4 would be a group that wants to go up, stay at the resort for a little bit, and then go on the cruise around the Mun. they all fly up on the SSTO. I have 3 separate SSTO designs for this. And then, of course, one of them flies up into orbit and just comes and lands. I made that SSTO a little more aesthetic. Another one is more utilitarian, and it flies up, but it cannot make it to the resort station on its own. It has to be met, and the passengers are ferried from the SSTO back to the resort station. And then the third one can get into orbit and fly itself to the resort station. And then it actually has enough fuel to land there, but if need be, it could refuel at the resort station. And there's the truck stop. Just transferring fuel because I want as many of the fuel tanks filled on this space truck as possible so it can make the return trip back to Minmus for another load. I do not want to leave it docked at the truck stop for very long. Twice I have had a bad oscillation break the space truck that was docked to the end of the station. So I kind of want to dock there, transfer the fuel, and then get out. And this space truck seems to have a lot better thruster control than the other one that I tried to use last time. There we go. Now that the fuel's all gone, it can undock and actually eventually make its way back to Minmus. Again, in the weird black silhouette. Now that that has done its thing, I can finish the mining mission here. And there we are. And now we head back to the space station with another load of fuel. For some reason, I don't find the whole process of getting fuel as tedious as the space tourism. I think part of it is because most of the stuff for the space tourism, I'm just kind of simulating. It doesn't really have a real purpose per se. whereas collecting the fuel kind of does. Even that being said, I'm still more excited for like setting up the infrastructure for Eve and the new space truck distribution center. I think I'm going to start with the one in orbit of the Mun first. I also looked at doing like a rival space program. Actually, I was going to do 2 rival space programs, like simulating the Russian space program, and maybe they're not so much into the reusable aspect yet, but I was struggling. Do I want to do that with stock ships, or do I want to use the mods? Like for the Russian stuff, I think it's Tantaris, and then for the US spaceships, it's Blue Dog. So I did an experiment with those. The Blue Dog one worked fine. I did not get Tantaris to work correctly. I'm missing something, or maybe it just didn't load. I've only tried it once. The only thing I don't like is it adds a whole bunch of extra parts. And for the most part, I don't want the ships of the reusable space program to use a bunch of mod parts. Thus far, the only thing that is not stock on any of my spacecraft are the little mech jub units. Otherwise, all of my craft and stations are stock. Alright, doing another fuel transfer, and it's close, but I don't believe it's going to be enough. I guess with all the fuel I already had on the station, that actually is enough. Well, sorry about that. Setting up my orbit for Kerbal, put the periapsis in the alarm, and there we go. Just getting the orbit circularized, bringing the apoapsis way down. There's so much fuel. It's like coming in and have 8,500 delta V. this might be the craft I use to get to Moho. Yeah. Let's see. Trying to get my orbits set up, my plane aligned. And do so as efficiently as possible. Letting MechJeb do some of my calculations for me. And the thing is that even after these 2 fuel runs, I'm gonna have to go back and do them all again, because it's a constant need of fuel. And while this is, quite a bit of fuel coming to the resort, it's not going to be enough to fill up all the fuel tanks, let alone the ships that are going to need the dock there. And the good news is it doesn't seem to be having the same problem as the other space truck with the absolute black shadow. And there it is. Do still have a space truck docked to the resort station. And there we are. And quickly dock and fill up as much of the fuel tanks as I can. A little bit of oscillation going on. And undock, and again I'm going to make way for Minmus. So I guess I'm going to end there for now. I'm still going to do the space tourism. I'm just not nearly as excited about it. I really want to get to the Eve system, and I had meant that for that to be most of my priority this season, and then we had all the the little accidents with the space station and all the other things that kind of went wrong or took longer than I thought. But hey, that's okay, because we're going to keep on going. If you've subscribed, thank you. If you haven't, do that now. Hit that subscribe button. Otherwise, you can also hit that like button, because that helps, and it's always helpful. So do that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Have a good one.